We appreciate you spending a few minutes watching EPPORA's project schedule demonstration. Many project managers think because they know every nuance of Microsoft Project, Primavera, Clarity, or whatever their scheduling tool of choice or edict is, that they are scheduling gurus. You can relate this to an individual that knows every nuance of Microsoft Word, yet is far from being a great author. Often project managers create schedules that do not support delivering projects that satisfy the triple constraint of cost, time, and scope. In 1942, Winston Churchill said, "He who fails to plan is planning to fail." Like requirements, improper scheduling tool usage causes projects to fail. Scheduling tools need to warn appropriate project personnel when scheduling problems exist. So what are some of the problems that occur with scheduling tool or project managers creating schedules? We've listed 10 of them above. EPPORA is just like all other scheduling tools, except it helps you resolve those issues listed above. In terms of action, it makes sure that every task is asking you to do something. You cannot see a task that says user guide. Therefore, you will not know whether the implied task is create a user guide, modify a user guide, critique a user guide, or do whatever with the user guide. Task durations. Project managers have agreed, or astute project managers, that you do not want terminal tasks or tasks with no children tasks to be too long because it becomes very difficult to estimate. The kind of industry rule of thumb is 40 hours. That is, the duration of any task should not exceed 40 hours. EPPORA checks each task, each terminal task that is, to make sure that it does not exceed 40. An organization can change 40 to whatever number they desire. Missing resources. Any terminal task should have a resource assigned so you know who's responsible for it. EPPORA assures that every terminal task does have a resource or it provides a message. Fixed dates. The major purpose of scheduling tools is dependencies. Fixed dates kill the dependency feature. You do not want to have too many fixed dates in your schedule. Things that should be fixed dates are things like the start of the project and scheduled trips. Very little else should ever be a fixed date. EPPORA has a threshold percentage, an algorithm it uses, so that if you have too many fixed dates, it tells the appropriate personnel. Dependencies. It makes sure that you put dependencies on almost every scheduled task. Late deliverables. Whenever a deliverable is going to be late, EPPORA will send messages to the sponsor, the project manager, the business analyst, and anybody else you elect for that project. Late milestones, the same thing. Whenever a milestone is going to be late, the same personnel get messages. Projected deliverables that are going to be late. EPPORA scans the schedule, and for any deliverable that's projected to be late, it provides an information message. The amount of late is over 5 days by default, but you can change that number to whatever number you want. Same thing goes for late milestones. We project late milestones. Task assignments. EPPORA every day posts on each user's a list of what their tasks are in priority order. So the project staff knows exactly what to do daily. Extra resources. At the end of each day, when EPPORA does its allocation, it sets up a set of messages saying, here are the extra resources that we have, and provides that information to the project portfolio manager and executives. It also has missing resources, so that if there are missing resources for a task, there's no labor category, individuals in a labor category that can support that. It also provides messages. So what EPPORA does is it warns on poor scheduling habits, lateness, potential lateness, and resource usage for the portfolio. Let me do a little demonstration of EPPORA scheduling so you just get a feel for its features. So if I go to Project and click on the Schedule command, we see a schedule here. We can scroll down the schedule, and we can change this from 50 to 100. It's only 100. If we go to the bottom of this, we can get a starting position of 156, for example. And we can look at the task there, and we can see the information that we want. If we select a particular task, we can then look at the details of that task and provide all the information that you want. So this task has lots of dependencies. It has starts and finish dates, inventory. You can see lots of information about each task. Wherever you see a pencil, that means you can edit that field. So if you have an inventory item, you click on the pencil there. If you have dependencies, here we only have one labor category for this task. It requires a QA specialist, and it's 8 hours of effort. If we were to click on that, we'd see we could have all this. We also have, whenever you specify things, you can specify certain people must be assigned to this task. So a project portfolio manager is the only one that can do this. He can assign a particular person. If a project manager decides he doesn't want somebody to work on this task, he can also say which people cannot work on this task. We appreciate you taking the time to watch our demonstration of how EPPORA helps support your organization, creating and maintaining quality project schedules. We also have demonstrations for EPPORA's basic concepts, how EPPORA supports optimally selecting projects, creating and maintaining requirements, estimating costs, improving communication among stakeholders, measuring and improving productivity, and optimizing the allocation of labor resources. If you'd like to discuss how EPPORA can work for your organization, please select the Contact tab to either call or send EPS an email. Once again, thank you for letting us describe EPPORA's project schedule support.